Let's start, everybody. Good morning.
Recording in progress.
Good morning. Okay. So, remember, if you remember section 28, charging section, 29, computation, it helps you in computation. Okay. It also talks about ICDS. Okay. Yesterday, I explained a little bit about ICDS. Okay. Income computation and disclosure standards. So, there are special standards only for income tax purposes. Okay. Computation of income. Then, 30, deduction is for what? Building, and rent, rate, taxes, repairs, etc. 31, again insurance premium, all of that, repairs, etc. for plant and machinery and furniture. 32, depreciation. The depreciation, but we have seen normal depreciation, additional depreciation. There are certain conditions also. See, in income tax you will be seeing lots of clauses, lots of conditions, lots of cases. Okay. So 32 bacho, again we have seen half depreciation, full depreciation, normal depreciation, additional depreciation. That also done. Then what else we have seen? After that, we went to scientific expenditure. In scientific expenditure, we have seen 35 1 month revenue, 35 1 for capital, 35 to AB biotechnology business. Correct, everybody? Then we have seen lots of those other six almost categories of contribution for research. है ना? It can be for scientific research or it can be for social sciences. Then we went into what? 35 AD, very important section, specified business. Okay. Specific business, but what happens? We get the entire deduction, even capital expenditure, but except land, goodwill, and some financial instrument was there. Then we have those types of businesses under specified businesses. Then we saw what amortization of preliminary expenses, section 35. Correct. Okay. Then we went into section 36. There are certain deductions. Entire list is given. A big list is given in section 36 about deductions. Clear cut given to us. Hai na? It can be insurance premium or for milk cooperative or those cattle carcasses, etc. It can be STT, CTT. Okay, then 3613, 3616. There are many things which we have seen and yet to see a little bit. Is bad dates, interest on borrowed capital, isn't it, everybody? So many. It's a big list given in section 36. 37 is general deduction. Yes, that means it is that expenditure is allowed. It should not be provided. It should not be a personal expenditure. It should not be a capital expenditure, and it should be spent wholly and exclusively. But for what? Tell me. Business purposes only. है कि नहीं? Business purposes only. Yes, clear all of you? What else? 37. Okay. Then after that, bacho, so 37 you understand. Again, there are many cases in 37, bacho. Many cases. Means what I'm talking about. Income tax is allowed as expenditure, but indirect taxes are not. Income tax is not allowed as expenditure. है ना? But indirect taxes, GST, etc. will be allowed as expenditure. Then interest is allowed at times, but penalty is not allowed. Those cases we have seen. Then the protection money, that gunda, hafta to be given, that bacho we have seen. So there are expenses as per case studies or case laws they have said or discussed clearly given to us. It will not be allowed as expenditure. That is 37. Correct. Then after that, bacho we went into 40. 40. Certain, again, your disallowances. Okay. Clear cut given to us. Income tax. Then what else we saw? Where did it go? Certain disallowances. And there again a list was given of 40. है ना? Specific disallowances. Yes, still here. Income tax, the TDS, distribution taxes, interest penalties, cess, etc. on it, wealth tax, interest penalty on that, tax on non-monetary perquisites, and some amount amount paid by way of royalty, etc. Okay, those we had for section 40. 40 capital A is a separate section. 40 capital A, bacho. 40 A is a separate section. Again under that, bacho, not disallowances. Under that 48.2 is what, bacho? 48.2. It is first of all payment made to a specified person. Specified person, bacho, is a concept from income tax. But for your simple understanding, what have I told you? It is like a related party, a connected party. Yes, relative will be ठीक है, but it is like a related party or a connected party. Clear all of you? So basically there is influence or no? Yes. So the amount paid, okay, amount paid, bacho, may be unreasonable or excessive. Unreasonable or excessive. So the unreasonable or excessive part is disallowed. Now how do we determine unreasonable or excessive? We will compare that with what? Fair market value. Clear all of you? Yes? Alright. Okay. That is 48.2. 48.3 is what? 48.3 is bacho mode of payment. It is what? Mode of payment. See, there are two things. For 48.2, you have to understand two things: balance sheet and P&L. है ना? Why balance sheet and P&L both are affected now? Because in your P&L, but what will happen? You're going to book the expense. Book the expense means just a book entry P&L debit. Correct, Ilya? It can be cash system of accounting or mercantile system of accounting. Agreed till here? So I'm not talking about it. It is an expense, or let us say you got an invoice. Invoice, you understand now? You got the bill. You have debited the P&L account. Clear till here? Fine. You're going to pay that or no? You're going to pay that sometime or the other. From which account you're going to pay? Now understand. Let us say you have cash balance or you have bank balance. These are now simple accounting entries we're discussing now. Yes, Shalia? So the expenditure is booked to the party and the party will be paid. Okay, Delia? The party will be paid either by cash or let us say some banking transaction. Clear, Delia? I'm explaining in a very basic way right now, okay? If he is paid by cash, it is allowed. Okay, if let us say that expenditure is for Mr. A, okay? Mr. A is the payee recipient. And our assessee, the P&L of, let us say Mr. Z. Chalega? Who is our assessee? A or Z? Z, bachcho. Our assessee is Z right now, okay? He is making some payment to Mr. A. Clear till here? Fine. If cash, actual cash, hard cash is given to Mr. A, it is allowed. But it is allowed up to how much? 10,000 per day. See, if you understand the intention, it becomes easy to understand. Government since last 3 years from demonetization, okay, overall, okay, has encouraged what? Digital payments. This I hope everybody understands, and it is catching up quite good, nicely also, okay. So government is promoting digital payment. That is point number 1. So to promote digital payment, they have to discourage cash payment also. Now, how did it, but to discourage cash payment, you will see recently you will not find 2,000 rupees note. Correct, Ilya? And now what they say, this provision was there for a long time, but the amounts were kept on reducing. Earlier it was 50,000, then it was 20,000, now it is 10,000. The limit I'm talking about here. Okay. So what it says, if any payment is done in a day to a party, which is more than 10,000 rupees, other than approved mode of payment, the entire payment gets disallowed. The payment gets disallowed. Okay. I'll give you an example. Let us say expenditure booked, okay, P&L debit for Mr. A. Let us say it's 50,000. Chalega? So Mr. A came for the payment. So we said, so see, okay, I have 20,000 payment with me right now. Cash I have with me, and I'm giving you 30,000 rupees check. What will happen? Kushbu? $20,000 disallowed. Understood, everybody? Correct. 20,000 disallowed. See, when I say allowed means this 50,000 was already debited to P&L. है ना Indrajit? This 50,000 is already debited to P&L. So I just have to remove the effect of 20,000 amount debit. Okay? So 20,000 disallowed. All of you understood earlier? Any issue? Fine. Achha, what if, okay, I'm just changing the examples. What if I make him the 30,000 rupees check, and instead of 20, I today bachcho gave him 10,000, okay, today. So I said, again come tomorrow and take again tomorrow your 10,000 rupees cash. See, 30,000 rupees is already allowed, Kushbu. Actually, in your earlier example, you're asking me, 20,000 is disallowed. Na? In your earlier example, I'm still with your earlier example, okay. 20,000 is disallowed means obviously 30,000 is allowed. Na? Now, allowed, disallowed means what? Pay attention. This 50,000 is already debited. This amount. When I did accounting, I did accounting entry. Accounting entry, do you understand? I have done P&L debit item. So it is already allowed. Allowed means what? That 50,000 is in P&L debit. Correct, Leo? But when I make the payment by unapproved mode, let us say of 20,000, then how do I start my computation of income? NP, na? I start with net profit. And over there I'll say add disallowance under section 40A3 of 20,000 rupees. my net profit will increase. My net profit will increase because indirectly I am allowing only 30,000 here in P&L debit. I am removing the debit of 20,000. No? I am not allowing. Disallow means what? Not allowing 20,000 debit or 20,000 rupees expenditure. So I am removing the debit. My net profit will increase. So we added basically that 20,000 rupees we will add in my net profit. All of you understood? Nitin, clear? Any doubts? Okay. I was changing the example. Expense, P&L expense of 50,000. Don't change that. Okay. What are the modes of payment that we will see? Let us say today Bachuk check given of 30,000, 10,000 rupees given in cash, and we told him come tomorrow. Tomorrow I will pay you 10,000 rupees cash. What will happen? Any impact? Any impact? There will be no impact. There will be no impact. No impact means what? We don't have to do anything. No impact means what, bacho? We don't have to do anything. Means what? See, when I got the invoice, I have done P&L debit or no? Yes, I have done P&L debit. Clear? The amount is in P&L debit. Clear? Today, bacho, today, on one single day, I made him payment of 40,000. 30,000 in check, account pay check, let us say, or bank transfer, and 10,000 rupees cash. And tomorrow day, the next day, I gave him 10,000 rupees cash again. Is this allowed or not allowed? This is completely valid. Why? Because 48.3 says, bacho, what? In a day, to a person, more than 10,000, then bacho, disallowance of the entire amount paid in cash. Ask me doubt if you still have. Everybody. Kushbu Bouncer, Nitin, Indrajit, Pakka. So let me say, can I give him for 5 days rupees 10,000 rupees each to avoid or to avoid disallowance? Can I pay him 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees for 5 days each? Yes, allowed, completely allowed. Understood earlier? One single day, the amount should not be in a single day to a party. It should not be more than to a party, but it should not be more than rupees 10,000. Okay, by unapproved mode of payment. Okay. However, the same limit of 10,000 is applicable as 35,000 for whom, if the payee, the recipient is goods carriage transporter. Okay, goods carriage business one. Understood earlier? Because I told you, because they are traveling throughout the country, always the payments are not available. I can't give a check and tell him, you go now. The truck driver will not go with on the basis of check, bacho. I hope you understand. He tell me, you go on a jewelry shop, bacho, can you buy rupees 1 lakh or even 10 rupees, 1 lakh, 1,000 rupees item with a check and tell him, you take this check. Possible? No, bacho. You know? So at that times there has to be actual payment. So, and I told you, they go generally in so many areas, rural areas also. There may not be online payment. So cash is allowed up to 35,000 in a day. Clear? Should we go ahead everybody? 43 was in fact a better section or a good section or a more logical section. That expenditure is booked now, but unapproved mode of payment may be happening later on. Okay, all of you? Rule 6DD, I think, I don't know. You done homework or no? Read or no? Huh? Read? Good. Okay. Fine. Come to next page, 43B. When this was for homework? I doubt, but I don't know how many of you have done it. Give it 3 star. One of the most important section. 43B. Again, I'll repeat. I'll tell you the intention, so you'll understand. 68. Page number 68 or what? What page number 68 or 38 or what? That's question number 68. Take it. I'll come to that later on. Sorry. I'll come to that later on. 43B. I have not discussed homework yet. Ready, bachcho? 43B. certain deductions to be only allowed, certain deductions, okay, so deductions to be allowed only on actual payment. Understand the difference now, what I'm trying to tell you here. Certain deduction bachcho will be allowed only on actual payment. PNL debit we are talking about, okay? PNL debit we are talking about, items, PNL debit. Let us say bachcho, I have to prepare my profit and loss account balance sheet as for the year, correct? The salary, let us say bachcho, is due as on the last day of the month. Salary is due as on the last day of the month. Agree till here? Are you understanding my example? Okay. So as a businessman or employer, what accounting bachcho you'll do on 31st March? As its salary is due on month end. So what bachcho accounting entry will you pass on 31st March bachcho? Will we do provision or no? Provisions. Tell me provisions. Payable. Very good. Yes, good answer, Nitin. So it is due on 31st March doesn't necessarily mean it is also paid on 31st March or paid as on that day. You know? The salary bachcho are due on the end of the month. It may be paid on the next day or same day or maybe in the first week of the next month. Clear till here, all of you? Tell me. Understood, na everybody? Even when we were in an academy, we are professionals or we were consultants, but even their own employee used to get salary by 7th, etc. of the next month. Okay? Because it takes, see, big companies, if I talk about IT, big industries, obviously they have their entire system set up. So as on the end of the month, by maybe at 8 a.m., 9 p.m., yes, you will, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., you will get the salary. Or maximum on the first day of the next month. But there are so many other assessees or companies who don't have that big system and they need the time to, you can say, do all the calculations. So they may be by the first week of the next month. What I'm talking about, let us say, for example, I said salary. Clear till here? So many of you, of your parents or your relatives or friends may be working somewhere. You can ask them when do they actually get the salary. Clear till here, all of you? Government employees, it can be 15th of the next month also, okay, by the way, generally. Okay, anyways, but I hope you got the point. Salary is due, what did I say, on the last day of the month. Actual payment may be some more days, some more couple of days here and there. Clear till here, all of you? Yes? So now understand, let us come to the month of March. Salary to be paid for the month of March, will I book it or no? Book it means, will I do a PNL debit or no for the month of March? Yes. It is mercantile system, bachcho. Right now I'm talking about mercantile system. So what entry will I pass, bachcho? Provision. I'll price pass and provision entry on 31st March. That estimated my amount to be payable for the month of March as salary is so and so. Now my salary, bachcho, is not yet fixed as on 31st March. My bonus, commission, provident fund, etc. है ना? ESIC, these things बच्चों, even provision tax, even these things बच्चों, we put it as what? Provision. Because my salary itself is not fixed. So other things बच्चों may not also be fixed as on 31st March. So we put in provision. And provision, you understand, there can be over provision or under provision. है ना? Are you getting my point or no? Fine. So now please pay attention. For the month of March, let us say I see what bachcho? Salary payable or bonus payable or commission payable or provident fund payable for the month of March. Agreed everybody? Okay. So I see this item in P&L debit. I will not get the deduction. I will still bachcho not get a deduction until they are actually paid. Until they are bachcho actually paid. Means bachcho, again I'm repeating, these items are in P&L debit. Hare haan ya na? Maybe as provision. But we will not get the deduction unless they're actually paid. Understood? Clear till here? So check. Following amounts, sums means amounts, allowed as deduction if it is actually paid. But actually paid by when? On or before 139(1) due date. Now what is bachcho 139? You can write down there or here anywhere. return of income due date. Return of income due date. Fine, all of you? Okay, all of you. ठीक है यहाँ तक? Return of income, that is income tax return due date. Fine. Obviously, I have not gone into details, but after the financial year, after the year is over, we should have some time available to calculate our incomes and file the tax return. Understood, Ilya? So even as on 31st March, I have done provision entry. So after 31st March and before filing of return due date, between that, at least you should make the payment. Understood or no? Everybody? Or I'm not just saying compulsory 31st March, it can be some other month also, earlier month also. But if you booked it, you just put it in PNL debit, but not actually paid, then it will not be allowed. Kushbu, understood or no? So I'll again one more thing I'll focus over here. 43B. They are importantly bachcho for statutory payments. Okay, these 43B bachcho items cover generally statutory payments. Statutory means what? As per the act, or it is as per you can say legal obligation to make the payment. Let us say for example salary or provident fund. These are legal obligations. Yes, till here everybody. It is not like advertisement that it is voluntary. They have to be paid to some important person or you can say government also maybe. है ना? So check. So it will be allowed as deduction only if it is paid on or before 139 due date, okay, of the year in which the liability to pay such sum was incurred. If not, if it is not paid by up to 139 due date, it is allowed, however, in the year in which it is actually paid by the assessee. Basically, 43B deduction is allowed on payment basis. Whatever items will come under 43B now, bachcho, they are allowed on payment basis. Agreed or no? Just like bachcho, what? Municipal taxes, house property. Are हाँ या ना? So write down one important thing in your notebook also. On payment basis, this line should not be very much confusing for you. On payment basis, on or before 139(1) due date. ठीक है? And star mark, one more important star mark. 43B is not a permanent disallowance. Is not a permanent disallowance. That is, it is allowed as deduction when actually paid. Are you getting my point, bachcho? This one, it is allowed as deduction, bachcho, when it is actually paid. Fine till here, all of you? Now, okay, understand. Okay, I hope you've written the just theory part. Please understand, huh? Please understand now. Be very careful now. Let us say I give you your date, 31st March 23. Fine. I'll write PY just to avoid any confusion. I'm just fixing PY to PY, okay? The expenditure is booked somewhere over here. Is it okay, everybody? That means expenditure belongs to which year, bachcho? 22, 23. Is it okay? Kushbu, okay till here? Okay? Now understand. For PY 22, 23, for example, I'm saying 139(1) due date. Now, what is 139, bachcho? Income tax return due date. One income tax return due date for the year 22, 23. PY 22-23 I'm saying, okay, is, let us say, I'm just giving you again example, is 31st October 22. Use common sense. I've told you, only after the financial year is over, we have our income tax return due date. There are 3 due dates which we are going to see: July, October, as well as November. You have. But right now, just for the sake of example, I'm saying 31st October. Is it okay? Are हाँ? Now, the expenditure budget is booked in this year, 22-23. Maybe as provision entry also. Please understand, very important now. If it is paid from this period, are you getting my point or no? That means what? Actually paid. Provision made in the current year or P&L debit in the current year, paid in the current year, best, no problem. Provision made in the current year, paid up to 139 due date, allowed as deduction. Understood or no? Clear till here, all of you? Nitin, Kushbu, Mansi, Indrajit. But the same item, I'm right. This we are still in 43B now. If it is, let us say, paid, actually paid here. This is just an example, bachcho. Let us say actual payment is on 15th December. Sorry, I wrote 22 here, but it is 23 by the way. Okay? We are in 23 now. Okay, everybody? Expenditure belongs to 22-23. It was also booked over there, but actually made payment on 15th December 23. What will happen? Disallowed for which year? All of you answer quickly. Disallowed for which year but? 22-23. Agreed or no? Very good. So when I am filing my income tax return over here, can you see or no? That time I will disallow the expenditure. Why? Because it was already done provision or P&L debit, but I did not pay up to 131 due date. Therefore, I will disallow. Agreed? But later on I paid, na? Later on, bacho, I paid on 15th December 23. What will happen then? Will it be allowed or not allowed? Ever? Yes, it will be allowed. But allowed for which year? Next year. Or the year in which payment is done. 23-24. Yes? Find all of you? This is your case 1. You want to write down this? And this is your case 2. Fine, everybody? You want to write down? So write down quickly.
Recording stopped.
I give you time. Write down, bacho. 43B. Hey, Bhagwan. Once done, let me know, okay? Okay, done. Okay, great. So, okay, everybody? Good.
Recording in progress.
So these are, I'm repeating, these are very important payments. Important payment means what? See, the government is very, you can say, sensitive about these payments then. Because you have booked it as expenditure but not actually paid, it becomes a problem. They said, no, pay also in time. है ना? Pay also in time, not just book entry. Because they can be huge amounts also. Okay, ready? Chalo. Which are these amounts? Okay, everybody ready? Everybody? Any tax, duty, cess or fee under any law. Understood or no? Law, legal payment they want first. The payment due to the government. It can be stamp duty, MCA fees, ROC fee, whatever fees, income tax, GST, whatever you are shown as payable. Professional tax also, PF, and everything. Okay, Delia? For the time being in force. Employees' contribution, this I had told you, PF, Provident Fund, to any Provident or Superannuation Fund, or even Gratuity Fund. Gratuity Fund, or any other fund for welfare of the employees. ESIC, it can be any fund, bacho. Okay, for the welfare of the employees. Now you tell me, bacho, gratuity amount is going to be a very small amount or big amount? Gratuity. It is going to be a big amount, bacho, because you are making payment to the employee and you have seen the statutory limit for the employee was how much? 20 lakh rupees. The amount can be a big amount in case of gratuity. Clear? Bonus or commission payable to the employees. Payable. I hope you're understanding all of this. That's why they're using the word payable. It is just a provision entry. Hai na? Fine till here? Okay. Same thing again for employee leave encashment payable. Big amounts. I hope you're understanding. Any sum payable to the Indian Railways for the use of railway asset. That means you have used that's coaches, railway coach, you understand? Dabba. Hai na? So again, railways again is coming under government. So it is again amount to be payable to government. Again, it has to be paid in time, not just book entry. It can be used for any purpose, bacho. Can be okay. And D, interest on loan. Understand? From public financial institution, banks. Okay, public financial institutions, public, government banks, nationalized banks. So interest on loan, or a state financial corporation, or a state industrial investment corporation. So again, state sponsored, or even a scheduled bank, or a cooperative bank, but other than a primary agricultural credit society or a primary cooperative agricultural and rural development bank. My goodness. Okay, other than a primary so and so. Okay, it is bong. It is here. It is bank actually. But other than these cooperative banks, okay, and rural development banks. So other than from here to here. NBFC, interest payable to NBFC. Which NBFC? Deposit taking NBFC. That means that NBFC is taking deposits also. NBFC, but you can be of two types, let us say, okay? Deposit taking NBFC or non-deposit taking NBFC means what? It is such a rich company, it is such a rich NBFC, it doesn't need also money from others. It has so much of funds. So that may be a non-deposit taking NBFC. It just gives loan. Only gives bacho loan. No deposits over there. But there are obviously other NBFCs which takes also deposits and gives loans. Okay, everybody? Let us say, for example, I think I had given an example that Bajaj Finance is there, Sri Ram Transport is there. I had done deposit with these also. Okay, they are little bit better than banks. I'll tell you that. Okay, so whenever if at all your family has done FD, please remove that amount substantially and put it at least in some better company. FD only, it is fixed deposit only, but with the company, at least you'll get some rate better. Okay, then NBFC, whether deposit taking as well as non-deposit taking NBFC, having assets more than 500 crores, etc. So again, if the interest is payable to such NBFC, again, it has to be actually paid to claim the deduction. Fine till here? Done all of you? Tax, duty, etc. includes a sum for which the assessee incurred liability in the previous year, even though such sum might not have been payable within that year under the relevant law. But did he incur the liability? Yes. Was it payable in the same year? No. Okay, but still, if it is penal debit in that particular year, it has to be payable before 139 due date. Deduction of interest. I hope you're understanding who are protected in clause number D, bacho, over here. Who are protected? What do you think, bacho? The government is ensuring or no? The Income Tax Act or law or department is ensuring what? The interest are not just shown as provision. It is a very big item, na? Interest bacho. But it are also actually paid. So it is kind of a dual protection. What dual protection for the department? One protection is what? It is a big amount, as just as provision. So it should be actually paid. And secondly, these payees should get their money in time also in a way. है ना? So point number D, बच्चों, who is the payees? Payee, who are the recipients? Banks. Okay, mainly बच्चों what? Banks. Clear till here? All of you? Should I go ahead? Done? Point number B. Deduction of interest payable shall be allowed if such interest has been actually paid, correct? And any interest referred which has been converted into a loan or borrowing shall not be deemed to have been actually paid. This will go a little bit bouncy right now. We will solve this with the help of an example. Okay? So don't worry about it. Point number C you can read later on. Done everybody? A little bit you understood? Everybody tell me. So keep a pencil or a scale over here. And come to question number 70 something. Come to that page. 72, I think. Hmm, 72. Star mark for 43B. Done till here? Interesting, good question. Okay, 73. ROI due date is 31st July. Ready, everybody? Return of income due date is 31st July. Check whether deduction is available. So they have given you the details also. Expenses for the year 22-23, obviously. Okay? Okay, everybody. GST payable, rupees 50,000, 50. Actually paid on 30th April. Allowed or not allowed? Yes, everybody? Write in point number 1. Some dates might be, we have to change, okay, in the questions, maybe. Point number 1. ROI, return of income. Okay? Return of income. Due date is 31st July 2023 under section 139(1). I'm writing PY only, okay, for your understanding. 22, 23. Okay? Finally, this is common point for the entire question. Is GST covered? But GST is covered as an item under 43B? Yes. So next line. GST is covered under section 43B. Full stop. It was paid on 30th April 23. Correct, Leo? That is before ROI due date. Therefore, allowed as deduction. Therefore, allowed as deduction. Clear, Leo? Make this 15 March 23. The years have gone wrong actually. Not it. ठीक है. Ready, everybody? Second one. Bonus to employees. 60,000. Payable, na? Out of the 35,000 बच्चों paid in on 15th March itself. हाँ ठीक है. And balance on 18th July 23. Tell me, allowed or not allowed? Entire amount allowed, disallowed, what do you think? Yes. Entire बच्चों amount is allowed. Clear till here, all of you? ठीक है ना खुशबू, नितिन, मानसी? So write down. Entire amount is paid before ROI due date. Entire amount is paid before ROI due date of PY 21-22. Therefore, entire rupees 60,000 60 will be allowed as deduction. Under section 43B. Yes, Celia? Since bonus is covered ना बच्चों under 43B. Done? Third one. Ready? Bank interest of 30,000, 10,000 paid on 15th July, but balance on 18th August 23. What will happen? 18th August. Chat box. Okay, fine. Okay, Nathan. Bank interest 30,000 na? So see बच्चों, how much is paid before the ROI due date? 10,000. So 10,000 will allow, ठीक है everybody, and 20,000 will disallow, and that 20,000 बच्चों will allow in the year of payment. Everyone okay लिया? पक्का ना? Write down. Point number 3. Again, is bank interest covered under 43B? Yes. Bank interest is covered under section 43B. Full stop. Rupees 10,000 is paid before ROI due date of PY of PY 22-23. Full stop. Balance rupees 20,000 is paid on 18th August 23. That is after ROI due date. That is after ROI due date. Therefore, rupees 10,000 allowed as deduction for PY 22-23. Okay, that only that much will be allowed. See, when I said out of, see, my entire bachcho bank debit is how much? 30, na? So out of 30 bachcho, I am allowing only 10. It means what? 20,000 is automatically disallowed. Clear all of you? Okay. And rupees 20,000 is allowed as deduction for which year now? Next year, 23, 24. Yes, still here all of you? Done? Write down.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
All right. Fourth one. After that, what do we have? Case 4. Indirect taxes, no? Fourth. Indirect taxes, bachcho 1 lakh. Out of that, 20,000 paid on 18th May 23 and 60,000 and 60,000 bachcho paid on 18th August. Huh. Is bachcho indirect taxes covered under taxes are covered under 43B? Answer is yes. Check the dates again. Check the dates again. It is 18/5/23 and 18th August 23. Total expenditure is of 1 lakh. 20,000 paid on 18th May and 60,000 much paid on 18th August. Total is 80,000. Understood earlier? That means 20,000 is rupees was never paid only. Balance is still outstanding, correct? But what do we see? My PNL debit is of 1 lakh. But how much I have paid bachcho up to ROI due date? Only 20,000. I'll allow bachcho only 20,000. Entire 80,000 will be disallowed in the current year. Are haan ya na? And then 60,000 bachcho will be allowed in the next year, 60,000, 60. And 20,000 bachcho will be still balance, which will allow whenever it is paid. Kuch bhi understood? Oh, Kushbu. Good. Write down. Point number 4, or whatever, case number 4. 4? Right now. Indirect taxes. Covered under section 43B. Okay. Out of rupees 1 lakh, rupees 20,000 is paid within due date. Therefore allowed as deduction. अरे हाँ, rupees 60,000 paid after due date. Therefore not allowed in current year, or I'll write on the year also, not allowed in PY which one बच्चों 22-23, but allowed in which PY 23-24, that is the year of payment. That is the year of payment. Yes, still here? Balance rupees 20,000 is still unpaid. I hope you understood. Balance rupees 20,000 is still unpaid. Is still unpaid. Next line. Therefore, total disallowance under section 43B for PY 22-23 is rupees. You will tell me. I have done it very simple for you now. Come on. Correct, Kushbu. All of you answer. All of you type. Total disallowance in the current year is how much? All of you type. Very good, Indrajit. Nitin. Allowance is 20,000. So disallowance is how much? How much will add back in the net profit? 80,000. Arey Baba, what are you doing? What is debit right now over your expenses? First you had said 20,000. First you had typed 20,000. Debit is of 1 lakh. Correct, no? And up to 31st July 23, how much is paid only? 20,000 only is paid, na? Paid, allowed is 20,000. I'm talking of disallowance. So how much will you disallow when you will calculate the net profit computation of PGBP? Disallowance I'm talking about. How much will add back in the net profit? Add back, you understood, no? Allowed is 20, so therefore disallowed is how much? 80. Okay? Clear, all of you? Fifth and lastly, but fifth. No, not fifth. Direct taxes, na? Total expense 1 lakh. 20,000 बच्चों paid on 18th September 23. 60,000 बच्चों paid on 18th August 24. Total disallowance in the current year is how much? Total disallowance in the 22-23 PY is how much? Direct tax is tax only, Badhir. Any kind of tax it is written, okay? Anything, Indrajit. Subah, morning, you have something, huh? Direct taxes we are talking about. Nitin, tell me. Kushbu, your answer is right. Nitin. किधर गया नितिन? ओ नितिन. गायब हो गया हो. ओके. एंटर बच्चों. लैगिंग.
Recording stopped.
लैग हो रहा है. लैग हो रहा है क्या इंद्रजीत?
नो सर, पूरा क्लियर है.
अच्छा, मेरा लाइट गया. ओके ओके ओके.
Recording in progress.
ठीक है. What was I saying? So entire बच्चों 1 lakh rupees will be disallowed. Why? Because nothing is paid up to ROI due date. Simple. 18 September 23 बच्चों. So for 23-24 we'll allow 20,000, and 18 August 24, that means for 24-25 we'll allow 60,000, and 20,000 still remaining balance. Correct, Leo? So entire rupees 1 lakh will be disallowed in the current year. अरे हाँ या ना? All of you okay, Leo? Tell me, Indrajit. You were right actually. Direct taxes is not under 43B. Sorry, it is under 43B, but do we allow its deduction overall? Income tax overall we don't allow as deduction. है ना? So write down. Taxes are covered under section 43B, but specifically income tax is not allowed only na as deduction. Okay, tell all of you. So give it a star mark here. Therefore, no question of disallowance. Not all of you? Sixth one, audit fees. Paid बच्चों on 31st December 23. Okay, Indrajit. Audit fees is बच्चों not covered under section 43B. Okay. Only government fees. Audit fees is paid to the auditor, no, Acho. Not to the government. The government at times says yes that audit is compulsory, but fees you're not paying to the government. It is not a it is not a statutory due. Okay. Fine, clear all of you. Therefore, full stop. Now there is no disallowance only under 43B, so it will be allowed as expenditure. Even if you pay or don't pay actually.
सर वो नो अलाउंसेस होना चाहिए ना.
No disallowance, na? If 43B is not applicable, 43B is about what? Allowance or disallowance? You disallow something under, see, if it is P&L debit already, then you remove the item. So mainly we are concerned with disallowances. From 30, section 30 to 37 was about allowances, no? And 40, 40A, whatever 43 we are doing, they're mainly about disallowances. So that item is not covered in 43B, so no disallowance. Basically 43B itself is not attracted. So no disallowance under section 43B. If now no disallowance means what? That item becomes automatically allowed. Bouncer.
नहीं समझ सर.
No disallowance under 43B. So even if you actually pay or don't pay or whatever it is, 43B is not concerned. So it is P&L debit. It will remain as a P&L debit. That means it is allowed. Ready, Bacho? Next one, shall we start? Give a star mark here also, 73. $73. Ready, everybody? Mr. A availed a loan from Mr. B. Mr. B, okay. Oh. In the current year 22-23. Loan, he has taken a loan, but interest accrued is rupees 80,000, but not paid till ROI due date. What will happen, Bacho? How much allowed or disallowed? Tell me this. How much amount, Indrajit? 80,000. Haan, Nitin, Kushbu, answer. Pen drive students, recorded lecture students. 80,000 what, Bacho? Kushbu, what? Allowed or disallowed? Disallowed. Nitin, I think there is some problem with Nitin's network. Acha, 80,000 disallowed. Okay, fine. Nitin also answered. All right, Bacho. Why? Why disallowed? Because it is covered under 43B. What is covered under, Bacho, 43B? Interest on loan. Isn't it, everybody? Write down. There are case, there is case B also, so I'm writing a case A. Correct. Case A, huh? Interest on loan payable. Loan payable to Mr. B, na? A took a loan from Mr. B, huh? Is not covered under section 43B. Not covered. You will tell me the reason why not covered.
सर वो किसी बैंक से नहीं लिया इसलिए
Very good. He's smart. Now you guys are paying attention. 43B बच्चों, only if it is taken from bank, scheduled bank, nationalized bank, NBFC. Remember that, है ना? From whom he has taken loan बच्चों? Individual. Not covered under 43B. Clear till here? Understood or no? Therefore, no disallowance. Now, no disallowance means what, बच्चों? In such amount will be allowed as deduction, है ना? Even if not actually paid. Correct, Ilya? Full stop. Next line I'm writing for explanation. 43B is applicable only if interest is paid to bank, financial institutions, etc. Okay, etc. Done till here, all of you? That is case A. Case B. I mean, everything is important now. Case B. Ready? Now, have you seen बच्चों cases of in house property loan taken to repay loan? Loan given to repay the loan. Yes, tell all of you. Or whenever the account is NPA, non-performing asset, there is obviously बच्चों loan restructuring also happening with the bank. That means again the loan tenure is increased or EMI is reduced. That is also very much possible because here the bank is interested in recovering the money. Okay, instead of making it your bad account or NPA. Already tell you. Mr. A availed a loan of 10 lakhs for NPY so and so. He was unable to pay interest of rupees 1 lakh and it was converted into a loan. The unpaid interest is converted into a new loan. Yes? In the current year 22-23. He made the following payments, bachcho. Okay? Loan 1 means what? Original loan, are haan. And loan 2, bachcho, is your conversion of old loans, interest payable of how much? If you remember, bachcho, rupees 1 lakh. Are haan ya na? And this 1 lakh is coming from where? It was interest. On which loan? On loan 1. Clear till here, all of you? Huh. Okay, fine. So loan 1, bacho, check. Principal is 2 lakhs rupees. Okay. See, not 2 lakh rupees. He's done the following payments. So whatever was the loan amount, we don't know that. But what are the payments done towards the loan? Okay. So loan 1, principal payment done 2 lakhs, interest done 80,000, and loan 2, bacho, principal payment done 40,000, and interest of 10,000 rupees. Clear till here, all of you? Yeah. These are the payments done during the year towards such loans. अरे हाँ. All right. Now your check, बच्चों. First of all, 43B, does it cover principal amount? For case number B, बच्चों, as it is, case number B, we will assume it is taken from a bank, okay? 43B, बच्चों, first of all, just covers interest amount. So this will be covered. Yes? Or let me say 80,000, this one. This 40,000, बच्चों, also. Not sorry, 40,000, but sorry, principal. But this also definitely covered. Interest part. है ना? Interest, बच्चों. Clear till here? What about बच्चों principal on loan to? What is it actually? What is its actual nature? The actual nature बच्चों of principal of loan to is what? It was interest on loan 1 or no? What do you think? Correct, everybody? Understood or know what I'm telling you? Understood, I hope, everybody. है ना? So again, even that should be allowed as deduction. Okay, write down. Case B. What is the original loan amount taken? बच्चों rupees 10 lakhs है ना? It is given over here. है ना? Interest of, write down. Interest of rupees 1 lakh due on original loan of rupees 10 lakhs. है ना? Original loan was of rupees 10 lakhs. Was converted. अरे हाँ. Into new loan. Very important, बच्चों. Now understand. Is that rupees 1 lakh बच्चों actually paid? Is this interest बच्चों actually paid? No, it just got converted into new loan. Is it actually paid? No. Okay. So rupees 1 lakh is not actually paid. Is not actually paid. Yes? Therefore, deduction of rupees 1 lakh not allowed. That means what, बच्चों? Just conversion is not a payment, na? Okay, just mere बच्चों conversion is not a payment. Clear till here, all of you? After conversion, बच्चों, now there are two loans. After conversion, बच्चों, now there are two loans. Okay, loan 1. Original receipt from bank, original loan receipt from bank. I'm using the word bank only now because I'm assuming here. And loan 2. Unpaid interest. What is loan 2, बच्चों? Unpaid interest on loan 1. Clear till here? Ready, everybody? In PY 22-23, following payments were made. Okay. First one. There are total 4 payments ना by the way. Okay. 80, 2 lakhs, 10, 40. है ना? Okay everybody? First one. Interest on loan 1 and loan 2. इंटरेस्ट एज इट इज बच्चों भी आला हो ना. अरे हाँ ना. ₹90,000 टोटल. Allowed as deduction under section 43B. Done all of you? Ouch. Second. Principal on loan 1, what about this? Allowed or not allowed? Principal बच्चों on loan, original loan is बच्चों not allowed, okay? And third, ready everybody? Principal on loan 2. What do you think? Allowed or not allowed? Allowed बच्चों, because it is nothing but interest on loan 1. Okay? नहीं समझा? Okay. ओरिजिनल बच्चों my loan is of how much? 10 lakhs. ठीक है? And interest is how much outstanding? 1 lakh. Clear till here? And you are unable to pay. Fine till here? Unable to pay. So what? Instead of turning the account into bad means NPA, non-performing asset. What did the bank give a scheme? That you don't pay 1 lakh on this. Okay? We will reduce the rate of interest, etc., etc. But this 1 lakh you pay us later on. 1 lakh you pay us later on. We will treat this 1 lakh as a new loan. We will treat this 1 lakh as a new loan. Okay? Now maybe with again the reduced rate of interest, or they will extend the time period to pay the amount. Okay? So now that is the reason there are 2 loans. This 10 lakh rupees now, and this 1 lakh is a new loan. Clear till here? Now he has done couple of payments. So this is loan 1, this is loan 2. Clear till here? So for loan 1, how much has he repaid during the year? Principal 2 lakhs. Correct? Again on the original loan of 10 lakhs, how much interest has he paid? 80,000. Fine. Loan 2, principal how much has he paid? 40,000. That means out of 1 lakh, now whatever was balance we don't know. But out of that he has paid what? 40,000 over here. Are haan, towards principal. Yes or no? And what about interest? On loan 2, I told you it is converted into new loan. Of that he has paid 10,000. So overall, as per law, interest is allowed only under 43B. है ना? This 1 lakh and 10,000. Yes, Shelia, 1 lakh, no? No, 1 lakh, from where did I bring 1 lakh? Achha, outstanding was 1 lakh. Okay, sorry. ठीक है, whatever it is. How much has he paid but in the current year? Check the interest part. This 80 and 10. 80,000 on loan 1, 10,000 on loan 2. So both are allowed as deduction, 43B. So interest, no problem. 43B doesn't allow or doesn't consider principal amount. Correct earlier? So loan 1, 2 lakhs we don't take under 43B. No problem. But this 40,000 is paid as principal of loan 2. But this 40,000 is as principal. But what is the category or nature of loan 2? Loan 2 started why? Because loan 2 started why or because of what reason? What is loan 2? The principal amount of loan 2 is outstanding interest on loan 1. Loan 2 principal is nothing but principal. Loan 2 principal is interest of loan 1. Clear? So when you are repaying, okay, principal of loan 2, you are indirectly, bachcho, what are you doing? The balance remaining on loan 1 interest. Understood or no, Nitin?
सर बट हो गया ना
Huh?
1 लाख का जो आउटस्टैंडिंग इंटरेस्ट था उसको प्रिंसिपल में कन्वर्ट कर दिया ना
Yes, correct. That's what. No, that's what. That is the meaning given over here, no? And it
लोन हो
was
गया
converted into loan. Clear? Now, loan to interest, if I say, okay, for further understanding, loan to interest, okay, loan to interest is nothing but interest on interest. कुछ भी understood, Indrajit? Loan to interest is nothing but interest on interest. Interest is allowed, but loan to principal was interest of loan 1 outstanding. In a notebook, write down. Principal of loan on loan 2 allowed as reduction under section 43B because since there is payment of unpaid original loan interest. Okay, therefore total deduction under section 43B will be how much, bachcho? Interest only 90,000 and the principal paid 40,000. So rupees 1,30,000. Clear till here, all of you? Come to question number 1919. Star mark. Sorry. Ready? Question number 19. Ready, everybody? Hari, an individual, carried on the business of purchase and sale of agricultural commodities like paddy, wheat, etc. He borrowed loans from Andhra Pradesh State Financial Corporation, government, okay, state government financial corporation. So government bachcho funding means loan from, it is a loan, but obviously, but from state corporation. And also Indian bank, that means again nationalized bank, public financial institution, and has not paid interest as given here under. Okay, Andhra Pradesh so and so of 2 years 15 lakhs, and Indian Bank बच्चों 30 lakhs. Okay, both. So these amounts are pending. Both APSFC, Andhra Pradesh Financial, that State Financial Corporation, Indian Bank, while restructuring the loan. Restructuring means what, bachcho? Adjusting the loan. See, whenever you have again restructuring of companies, when do we do merger, demerger, amalgamation, or the companies are dying, so it's merged with some other company, है ना? What happened with Vodafone Idea? Both are dying, so they merge or not together. Instead of both of us dying, let us come together and die, or at least fight, है ना? Instead of that, I mean, avoid duopoly. BSNL as it is not interested, है ना? BSNL is there or not, it doesn't matter, है ना? It's all bonus for them. Yes, Celia? So while restructuring the loans facility for the current year 22-23, pay attention now. Both the banks, okay, this also, converted the above interest. These are all interest, but please understand, of the earlier year something, okay? Payable by Hari to them as a loan, repayable in 60 equal installments. Now, bachcho, this becomes automatically converted into new loan. Are हाँ, clear till here? So, bachcho, divide by 60 installments EMI. Correct, no? Or you can say loan of 5 years, whatever you want to do. You can do divide by 5 also if you want for the entire year. है ना? 5 years if you want to do yearly. ठीक है? During the year under 31st March 23, Hari paid 5 installments of this amount, बच्चों. अरे हाँ, for EMI into 5 and 3 of Indian Bank. Clear? That means out of 12 installments also so and so paid. Hari claimed entire interest of 45 lakhs as expenditure while computing income from business of purchase and sale of agricultural commodities. Discuss whether his claim is valid and if not, what is the amount of interest, if any, allowable. First of all, why did he claim entire 45 lakhs as paid? Because in a way it vanished. Vanished means what? Gone. Because it got converted into what? New loan, na? So he's assuming or he's taking the point of view that it is now actually paid. But is it actually paid? What have you seen the clarification? It is not actually paid. Yes, tell all of you. And they have not given us any other further details, interest amount, principal amount, this and that of the new loan or whatever, or old loan. They just simply said whatever this interest was pending, of that he has paid couple of installments. So that will be allowed. Which is actually paid in cash, but so that will be allowed. I hope that is clear. Yes, tell all of you. Let's go ahead. Write down. Some theory part also I'm giving, okay? Ready? Interest of rupees 15 lakhs was payable. Andhra Pradesh State Financial Corp. That is covered under 43B, okay? And rupees how much? 30 lakhs. To Indian Bank. Full stop. So the interests are covered under section 43B. Clear to all of you? Full stop. However, it is not actually paid. It is not actually paid, but converted into new loan. है ना? But converted into new loan. Therefore, deduction of rupees 45 lakhs will not be allowed. Yes, Celia? will not be allowed. Fine, clear all of you? Next line. Repayment actually done. First, Andhra Pradesh State Financial Corporation. Rupees how much pending? 15 lakhs. Upon how many EMIs? 60 EMIs or 60 months. So it comes to rupees what? 70. How much it comes to? All of it check once. Exactly. Rupees 25,000. Okay, per EMI. Per EMI. Right? EMIs paid in PY 22-23. How many बच्चों? For AP 5. Very good. That is 5 into rupees 25,000. So you were giving me what? 125 na then. Finally, clear all of you? Clear? And second, Indian Bank. 30 lakhs upon 60 EMIs. This will be double or what? Per EMI. EMIs paid in the current year. How many? 3. That is 3 into rupees 50,000. Rupees 1,50,000. Yes, still here? Therefore, $275. Done, everybody? Done, all of you?
Recording stopped.
Take a break. 10:10. Come back at 10:10. Okay? We have to do new concept. Fine? Thank you, Sahil. Come to question number 74. Keep a pencil or scale over there, huh? Ready? 74. Come to question number 74. Ready, everybody? Give a star mark over there. $7.60. Ready, everybody? $74. Employees contribution. Everyone ready now? To PF for September is rupees 1 lakh. See, there are maybe how many employees with the employer? Many. There can be 10, 100, 1000, 1 lakh, whatever, depends. है ना? But even if I take as a normal company or decent company, there can be 50 employees, 50. Now, all those employees' salary may be different. Somebody's basic maybe 10,000, somebody's basic maybe 40,000. Clear till here? So, depending on the basic amount, Provident Fund amount is calculated. 12%, whatever it is. And a contribution, 8%, whatever it can be, as per the PF Act. So, all those employees' Provident Fund that we are discussing. Clear till here? Correct, no? Let us say that entire amount comes to 1 lakh. So I'm not talking of just one single employee here. I'm talking of many employees and whose total Provident Fund bachcho that for the month is coming as 1 lakh. Provident Fund contribution. Clear till here? Okay. The employer bachcho, however, makes the employer also makes the matching contribution. That means obviously employer also is paying the same amount. The Provident Fund due date is 15th of the next month. This is clear. This we had already seen also. So what is the due date bachcho for Provident Fund? For the month of September 22. 15th October. Clear? However, return of income due date. Okay, also they have given you something. ROI is what? Return of income due date. Section number. $139. Correct. 139. 1 is 31st October 23. Clear till here? They are bachcho now asking you what happens if both these payments are made on 14th October 22. Okay, till here? Or if both these payments are made on 18th November 23. November 23 means bachcho after ROI due date. What happens? Clear till here, all of you? Yes? Understood? No? So I'm giving you bachcho both the cases. Ready, steady, pop. Chalo, write down case 1. Case 1. Payment made on that is before which due date? That is before PF due date. है ना? PF bachcho due date was 15th October. अरे हाँ, all of you. Should we go ahead? Ready, everybody? Employer's contribution and employee's contribution, both we are going to understand. Okay? First of all, sorry. Is budget 43B applicable on both the cases? 43B, contribution to provident fund, employer as well as employee, or only employer, only employee, or what? Very good, Khushbu. Nitin? Go back in the textbook and check. Go to section 43B. Read again, point number B.
Recording stopped.
Okay, Indrajit. Nitin? Sure? Pakka, all of you?
Recording in progress.
So I'm not going to that page, but you have, I hope you have seen. 43B, I think I have given you point number B. I have done in bold also. I have told you just now to underline also. 43B is only for employer's contribution. Clear till here? Good. Because that money, okay, that provision is for the employer only. Okay, so point number 1 write down in, under employer. Section 43B is applicable. That is, it needs to be paid by what date? Before. What due date? What date? PF due date or ROI due date? Very good, Indrajit. Yes, ROI due date. In the given question, they have given us due date as 31st October. Correct. So second point I'll tell you here. When was it actually paid? 14th October 22. No problem. So therefore allowed as deduction. है ना? It was actually paid on 14th October 22. Therefore, how much was the contribution? Rupees 1 lakh, na? Is allowed as deduction. Done? Employee's contribution. Write down. When employer deducts from employee's salary, it is added where, बच्चों? In employer's income. First, it is added in the employer's income. What if it doesn't contribute? Na, Indrajit? That's why. Remember? Second, very important. In the same table which we had seen some time back. By when you should contribute? Only then you will get a deduction. Which due date now? Good. PF due date or no now? PF due date. Very good. Very good. Kuch understood? Very good. It is allowed as deduction. Very important. Only if paid. Before PF due date. That is 15th October 22. Very important. That means your own money you pay up to ROI due date is okay. But somebody else's money you deducted, you paid within due date of PF. Understood or no? Give us the mark here. I'll go ahead, everybody. Case 2. Payments made on. What date now, bacho? 18/11/23. That means bacho definitely after PF due date as well as after ROI due date. Yes, still here? है ना? Same thing. First. 43B applicable left hand side, tell me. I mean 43, it does that amount is part of 43B. That much amount is part of 43B. Clear till here, all of you? And did a person बच्चों pay up to ROI due date? No, not allowed as deduction. है ना? Since employer's contribution is paid after ROI due date, therefore disallowed under section 43B. Fine. And what about employee? Also disallowed? Correct, na? So let's first of all added in employee's income. However, deduction is not allowed. Since not paid before, which due date? PF due date. Very important. Okay, bachcho. So for employer, you will check 43B, ROI due date. For employee's contribution, you will check the Provident Fund due date or the relevant acts due date. Okay. Correct, all of you? Should I go ahead, everybody? Some more sections, more allowances, disallowances. Okay, everybody? This will be little bit, you'll have to buy hard things also. Okay? Ready? Come to page again 7.25. Ready, everybody? 36.14 here. 36 बच्चों again talks about deductions only, है ना? Employer's contribution towards a pension scheme, 80 CCD, which we have not covered fully, बच्चों, in the chapter of salaries. Okay. It is a national pension scheme, NPS, national pension scheme, which we will do in detail when we'll go to chapter 6 deduction. Okay, it is 80C, na, CCD. Okay, so chapter 6 deduction, that chapter when we'll do, that we'll do in detail. But yes, what is the wording over there? It is a pension scheme, national pension scheme. What is the pension, bachcho? Normally, एकदम very basic we are looking into. Pension is some amount to be paid on regular basis after retirement, है ना? Like an annuity. Yes, clear all of you? So, see, there are cases you might have heard, no, in the recent government. In the government sector these days, or in the recent employment, pension is as such stopped. So some new schemes are brought into picture. Earlier it used to be there by default. Okay. Now pension is not directly given as such by default. So here they are saying you can contribute to a pension scheme. Okay, the employee bachcho can contribute to a pension scheme, which will get later on. Yes, tell you all of you. So there is a scheme given by the government, national pension scheme. Now here the employer is contributing. Can you see that? So employer's contribution toward the NPS up to 10% of the salary of the employee in the previous year shall be allowed as deduction. Okay? Everybody okay till here? We are talking now from whose point of view, bachcho? Are we talking of this provident fund? Are we talking about? We're not talking of provident fund, but we are talking about pension scheme, है ना? National pension scheme. Here, again, is there upper limit or no? Now tell me, percentage wise. Yes, there is a upper limit given to us. So only up to 10% of the salary will be allowed as deduction. That means whatever is above that amount will be disallowed, bachcho, under section 40A9. Understood? So 36.148 says this is the amount or limit allowing to as deduction. Above that, bachcho, what? Whatever is above the limit will be disallowed under section 40A9. Clear, all of you? 48 did we see or no? 48.2, 48.3, 48.3A we saw or no? 48.2 specified person, 48.3 cash, 3A different years and different expenses. Yes? Now you're talking of 48.9. Clear till here? But 10% of salary, na? So salary, bachcho, again for this purpose, check what are they saying. Includes DA if forms part of retirement. Okay? So basic plus DA, correct till here? But excludes all other allowances and perquisites forming part of retirement benefit. So it is basically basic plus DA forming part of retirement. Right on there. For what? 36.148. For everything you have to remember small things also now. Clear? And gratuity but you paid to employee. Gratuity paid to employee but for that you will have to make some provision also, no? Every year you have to contribute some amount. It is like just like annuity questions, like time value of money, that after 5 years, 4 years you have to pay the gratuity. So employer should also make provision because it is a huge amount. Yes, you should again contribute to the gratuity fund separately. Okay, yes. So, read these points. Come on, this 48.7 and 48.9. Read quickly.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Gratuity 40A. As soon as बच्चों we reach to section 40, disallowance starts, है ना? Gratuity. Provision for gratuity. Provision disallowed. Just like बच्चों which provision was not allowed? Any example do you remember? Which provision was not allowed? (43B) provisions. How much it is allowed on payment basis? Some other provision. They said this is if this is provision, it is not allowed.
Provision for bad debts.
Very good. Very good. Provision for bad debt is not allowed. Only actual bad debts written off is allowed. Yes, still here? Let's go ahead, everybody. And next one. Therefore, actually paid, if it is actually paid. When is bacho gratuity paid every, I mean, what is the situation or case when we have to pay gratuity? What happens because of which we are paying gratuity? Does an employer pay gratuity? What is happening in the year? What is the reason of paying gratuity? Come on. Think, no. He's paying gratuity. Why? You've done chapter of salaries. Come on, tell me. हाँ बोलो. Employer did some extra work? No. Not really, not honestly. Gratuity which was part of which category in your chapter of salaries? Was it 17.1, 17.2 or 17.3?
17.3.
Correct. And
After
when
retirement.
very good. Generally, normally, we are paying gratuity, bachcho. We can pay during the year, during the current year also, or during the service also. But normally, bachcho, what have we seen? It is paid as
After
retirement
retirement.
benefits. है कि नहीं? And again, there is a gratuity act also for that. bachcho. Gratuity act. You know, Payment of Gratuity Act 1972, I think. Okay. So, why are you paying gratuity in the year? Because employee is retiring. That is the event. Because of which the employer has to pay. Agreed or no? For the past rendered services as a gift, etc. You can say, okay. But for that, it is as per law, he has to pay the employer. That's why he has to make a balance of the gratuity. Clearly, a balance from where he can pay. Understood? So gratuity actually paid bacho during the year will be allowed as deduction. No problem about it. And employer's contribution to approved gratuity fund will also be allowed as deduction. Yes, clear all of you? So gratuity paid, gratuity provision not allowed. Actual gratuity paid to the employee allowed. Gratuity paid to the gratuity fund allowed. I hope you're understanding. This is by default or to be understood. But if you want, you can write down here. To the employee, obviously to whom else will we pay, bacho? Clear, no? And 48.9. No deduction shall be allowed in respect of any sum. 48.9, huh? Paid by SSE as an employer, that is okay. I mean, towards setting up or formation of or as a contribution to any fund, a trust, company, or EOP, BO, societies, if not required under any law. But so they have given a kind of a separate one of the last subsections as that it will not be allowed as deduction when there is a contribution by employer to a fund. Contribution by employer, okay, to a fund. But that fund is not required to be set up under any law. That means it is some kind of a voluntary fund. Okay, it is some kind of some voluntary fund. So it will not be allowed as deduction. Clear till here? Everybody? So 36.1.4a. Keep a pencil or a pen over here, whatever, and come to question number 1.4. 14.1.4. Star mark. Ready? $14. X Limited contributes 20% of basic. Ready now, everybody? To the account of each employee under pension scheme mentioned under section 80cc D. Clear, Delia? 20% of basic. That is his own call calculation. But we have to see as per 3614A what it was. 10% of salary. Salary means basic plus DA forming part of retirement. Arey, haan. Understood? DA in the company is 40% of basic and it forms part of retirement. Computer deduction allowable under section so and so if basic salary of the employees, all the employees, no, obviously, aggregate to 10 lakhs. Yes, Chalia? Would disallowance under section 49 be attributed and if so, to what extent? Simple question. I think you can do it mentally also. Basic is how much? 10 lakhs. So basic plus DA is how much? DA forming part of retirement, bachcho. 40%. DA completely forms part of retirement, no? So 14 lakhs. So basic plus DA forming part of retirement is how much total? 14 lakhs. Of the 10%, 1.4 lakhs. And how much this person has contributed? 2 lakhs. How 2 lakhs? 20% of basic. Basic is 10 lakhs. Arey haan, tell me all of you. So actual contribution 2 lakhs, allowed 1.4 lakhs, 60,000 bachcho, disallowed under section 40A9. Kushbu, understood, Indrajit? Ready, chalo, write down. Question number 14. This one 4A. You can write down the page number of our textbook. Okay, if at all you want for reference. Whenever you have, because you have to go back and give the references, no? I mean, you'll have to revise that time. Otherwise, you will keep on finding various statistics 1 4A. Okay? You can give a page number over here. Write down. Point number 1. The employer is paying rupees 10 lakhs. As basic salary to all employees, full stop. There is actual contribution by employer to pension scheme under section 80 CCD. Pension scheme mentioned under section 80 CCD, okay? Rupees 2 lakhs, कर लिया less. How much it is? %10 of basic plus DA forming part of retirement. Okay, all of you. So P&L debit bachcho can be 2 lakhs. P&L debit, but we are allowing 1 lakh 40. The word disallowance, बच्चों, under section. Disallowed means what? Simply not allowed. Okay. $60,000. Already clear, all of you? One more question, बच्चों, for today. Ready, clear, all of you? Ready? 76. La 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 la. 75, I think. La 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 la. La 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 la. Again, this is your conceptual questions, okay? है ना? Ready, everybody? $75. Ready? Mr. X retires from the company. The company makes provision for gratuity as on 31st March 22 of rupees 1,20,000. The company pays 70,000 on 31st March 22 and balance on 1st May 23. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Year end, na? 31st March 23. My head is not working today. So same day provision and same day payment. Provision of 120 but paid 70 and remaining 50,000 paid on 1st May 23. Company claims entire rupees 1,20,000 as deduction since it is paid before ROI due date. Okay. Tell me about your first case. What do you think? What all comes to your mind? Interesting question. 70,000 allowed. Okay. But and remaining, what about remaining 50,000? It is paid on 1st May. They're saying before ROI due date. What happens to that? Khushbu, tell me, Indrajit. Let's break down the amount. Bacho. You give me justification. Pay attention. 70,000 allowed. Very good, Nitin. Yes, good answer. 70,000 allowed right now. Tell me. Khushbu, Indrajit. Correct. Allowed. What about 50,000? It is paid on 1st May before ROI due date. 50,000. Yes, Nitin, correct. You are correct. You are right, Nitin. Okay, Khushbu. When? Which year? Give me financial year. Indrajit, what happens to 50,000? Which year? Okay, Indrajit, because of 43B, I think you are saying. Khushbu, which year? Give me just proper year, na 22, 23 or 23, 24, whatever you want to say. Very good answer, Khushbu, correct. So there is no 43B applicable here. Okay? Why? What is the expenditure they are actually talking about? Are they talking about contribution to gratuity fund or are they talking about payment of gratuity to employee? Which case it is? Employee or gratuity fund? Payment, correct. But payment to whom? Gratuity fund or employee? I hope you're understanding both the things, है ना? We are paying gratuity, no doubt about it. But we are paying gratuity now. We are contributing. Are we doing contribution to the gratuity fund or are we making payment to the employee? See, gratuity fund means what, bacho? Regularly every year I'll put some fund in the. I'll put some money in the gratuity. Why? As a provision. As a provision means what? See, you had done this concept of sinking fund or not? Tell me, sinking fund in CA Foundation Maths also. Sinking fund. Why do that? Or you do that contribution to the pension fund. Why? Because you want money in future. So similarly here from employer's point of view, just try to understand from employer's point of view. Some of his employees will leave in future. Someday or the other they will leave, no? So whenever they leave, we don't know when they will actually leave. So at that moment, we can't keep the money ready immediately that whatever huge amount of gratuity we have to pay. So we keep on contributing every year regularly to the gratuity fund. Understood? And from that fund, we will only pay to the employee. Now, when will we pay to the employee? But when he retires. So the first line given to in the question is what? That employee retires. And for the employee, so now it is due basically. We have to make payment to him. Okay. So the end of the month, end of the year, it is not given to us exactly when he retires, but whatever. In the end of the year, but company made a provision of making payment to him. है ना? Gratuity payable. So on the same day, gratuity was actually paid to the employee. How much? 70,000. And the remaining still to be paid to the employee. Yes or no? So, but we are talking about payment to employee. Therefore, बच्चों 43B is not applicable. अरे हाँ या ना? Over there. Clear till here? What page number it is for 43B? Check here. Employer's contribution to any provident fund or employee or superannuation fund or gratuity fund, that gets covered under 43B. But payment to employee is not covered, bacho, under 43B. Which payment? Gratuity only, but to the employee. So contribution to the fund is different and actual payment is different. It is just like provident fund number. Just like provident fund. When do we pay bacho provident fund to him? Lump sum amount when he retires from the provident fund. But to pay from provident fund, first employer has to make payment to the provident fund now, bacho. So 43B covers from employer to the fund. It doesn't cover bacho from fund to the employee. And that fund is ultimately controlled by trust created by the company only. So that comes under control of employer only, okay? Employer's control. Done till here, all of you? Come back to the question. 74, no? 75, I think. Right down. Under case 1. Section 43B does not apply to. Payment to employee of the what? Gratuity. Okay. Second point. What about provision of gratuity? Allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. $48.9. Okay, tell all of you. Then which बच्चों gratuity do we allow? Only which is actually paid, है ना? So point number 3. Gratuity actually paid during the year is allowed as deduction. है ना? In the current year 22-23. Therefore disallowance is how much? Whatever provision we had done. 1,20,000. And allowed is how much? Rupees. Actually paid in the current is 70,000. Yes, tell you. Clearly, all of you. And what about point number 4? What about 50,000? It will be allowed, but in the next year or in the year of payment. Simple. Since not paid during the year, that is what 22-23, and will be allowed, but है ना? In the year of payment. That is P by what, बच्चों? 23. 24. That is when it is paid, na? May 23. So 23-24. Done, everybody? We'll go ahead, all of you. Others are now quite easy, no issues. Okay? Case 2. Ready, no? Company maintains approved gratuity fund and contributes 1 lakh for as employees contribution. ठीक है? The fund pays employees on retirement. Any problem over here? None whatsoever. But that is bachcho part of 43B or no? Okay? Allowed, no? So write down. So employees contribution to approved gratuity fund is allowed as deduction. Subject to what, बच्चों? Subject to means condition. What is the condition? Section, tell me. Is this part of 43B or no now? Employer's contribution to the fund. Provident fund, superannuation.
ये part है.
Huh? Yes, it is part of 43B.
ये part है.
Understood earlier? Case 3. Case 3, बच्चों. What if the gratuity fund itself is unapproved? Then obviously we don't get a deduction itself. No question of deduction, बच्चों. है ना? Deduction is not allowed. Case 4. Company incurs expenditure of 40,000 on maintenance of street light of workers' colony. Something extra, something different only I've given you. Tell me. Company spends on street light of workers' colony. Allowed or not allowed? I mean, if there is a question, I mean, if there is a doubt in the type of nature of expenditure, you can ask me. Workers' colony. Workers' colony, I hope you understand.
सर ये सेक्शन 43 बी भी नहीं आता, 36 में भी नहीं आता और 40 में भी नहीं आता.
So,
Disallowed.
disallow. Okay. Anything else? So, I'm not just talking of only those sections, 40, 43B, 36. No. In general, for PGBP. This is coming as adjustment to you. Okay. What will you do? Adjustment, you understand? In accounts, you do adjustments only. So this expenditure is given to you. What will you do? It is an expenditure. है ना? Allow. कुछ भी. Why allow? Answer is allowed. That expenditure is allowed. In simple logic, बच्चों, I'll say if anywhere or wherever it is not given as disallowed, then it is allowed. If anywhere or wherever you don't see it as disallowed anywhere, then we will allow. That is the logic. This is being told by section 37. Section 37. All other business expenditure will be allowed, provided they should not be personal in nature, they should not be capital in nature, and there has to be business connection wholly and exclusively for the purpose of business. Right? So it will be allowed. So write down. Wholly and exclusively business, not capital, not personal. Therefore, allowed.
Sir, allowed, but under section what?
37. In the general residuary section, then 37. Did I tell all of you? Next one. Case 5. Employees created a tea club. Tea lovers. So tea club. Employer contributes rupees 50,000 per annum to that club. 40A9. 40A9, bacho, okay. $40A9 was for what? Yes, very good. Yes, good. The tea club is also not required by any law. Okay, so it will be disallowed. Good answer. Yes. Okay, everybody? So write down. It's not required. Okay, it is not compulsory. Therefore, under section 40A 9. Fine till here, all of you? Okay, everybody? Revise and please read next parts, which will go bouncer to you for sure. Pakka bouncer. But try it at least. But if you read and come, it becomes easy for you. Okay? Please read one page at least. Give your efforts. Okay? Okay, all of you? Almost last 30% of the chapter remaining now. Okay, it is lengthy. Remaining part is still lengthy, but yeah, we're coming in the end of the chapter. Okay, all of you? Fine. So that's it for income tax for today. Okay.
Recording stopped.
सर लॉकअप स्टार्ट कीजिए.
रुकना, it's not that difficult. क्या नहीं difficult है?